Well, here we are. I feel as though I have accomplished quite a bit lately. I returned home shortly to empty my pockets. It seems, although I feel I rarely pick up a thing, in no manner of time at all, my pants are falling down from the weight, and I can barely stand. This is why I creep around so much. Not because I'm trying to be stealthy, but because I cannot stand up straight from all the things that I carry. Even now, I have too many potions on me, but I feel as though I need them for whatever reason. And now, whatever the cause, I feel it weighing on my mind that I must go to Solstheim. It's been a long time coming, but I feel now is the time.
I can take you to any of the hold capitals. Where do you want to go?
Can never remember where it is. Winterhold? Windhelm.
Climb and back and we'll be off.
Winterhold is too far north.
It's almost getting downright hot now.
You'd think, being the Archmage of the College of Winterhold, I would remember that Winterhold is where the college is, and have no trouble remembering that Windhelm is where I need to go to leave. Excuse me. Come on back. It's not any good way to get down from here. I believe I've tried this before, with mixed results. This figures. Where is it gone now? That's right. No match for me any longer. Silly creature. Once again, my pockets are overfilled because of these scales and bones. But there we are. Ever so slight detour. How are you?
Move on, friend. I have nothing to say today.
Very well. no problem. Glad to be of service. Glad to have saved your hides from the dragon that was just about to murder everyone.
I'm telling you, I heard it, howling. Those werewolf things.
Oh, probably. Who knows? Ah, yes. There ought to be someone around here who can tell me how to get where I'm going. To be entirely honest, it's probably at the docks when I was just across there. Ah, yes. Good heavens, this is a steep staircase.
If you're looking for passage, ship-shape and talk to Captain Gyal.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, too bad. I'm not going back there anymore.
Why?
Sure. Yeah, that's me. Why? Who sent you? Now, hold on. That wasn't my fault.
Oh, sure.
I didn't know they were going to attack anybody. I don't even know how I got here.
Likely story.
It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then, the next thing I remember, I was here, and they were gone. And that's not right, losing whole days like that. There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstheim.
Yes you are.
Have you been listening to me? I'm not going back there.
Yeah, it was your fault that they came here.
All right, you have a point.
That's right.
Taking you back to find out who sent them is the least I can do.
That's right.
Besides, maybe you can put a stop to whatever's going on over there. I owe them a bit of payback myself.
There you are.
Well, here we are. This is Raven Rock. Can't say I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
Well, technically a region of Morrowind. I feel a bit as though, like I've come home. Though I do feel like an outlander.
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock, Outlander.
Ah.
State your intentions.
Let's be forward.
Mirak, I'm not sure that I do. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Redoran. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws.
Well,
Any questions?
should not be very difficult. I feel as though you do know who he is. I'll ask again.
I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it.
Ah. I thought you were trying to be evasive. Now I realize you are just, unsure.
I don't think so. I'm not. The name has something to do with the Earthstone. I'm not sure what.
Okay.
I haven't been. As second counselor, the security of Raven Rock was my primary concern.
I see.
This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here. We've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down. Councillor Morvain is House Redoran's representative on Solstheim. As second councillor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced.
Oh, wonderful. There's too much banging around here.
To wonder what happened to you. Your visit here would be tolerated as long as you abide by our laws.
Very well.
Otherwise, you'll answer to the Redoran Guard. Raven Rock started out as an Imperial settlement, but the Empire decided to abandon it just as my people were first setting foot here.
Uh-huh.
They left the town a shambles, but when House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours.
Admirable.
And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home.
Very well.
How can you have Dunmer blood in your veins and have no knowledge of Blacklight?
Well,
It's the capital of Morrowind. Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors from them.
I see.
Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind. Nobody seems certain why it happened. An attempted expansion, revenge for the enslavement of their people, or perhaps both.
Well,
Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmer needlessly lost their lives, and many more were exiled from their homeland.
curious.
Remember, we are watching.
Delayed by bad weather. Before you even ask, yes, I have the supplies you requested. But
But what?
this load cost me double what we'd agreed on. Nothing I can do about it.
Damn it, Jolland, you know we don't have that much coin.
Look, the East Empire Company didn't give me a choice. They've raised their prices again. And there's nothing I can do about it.
After all these years, they're gouging us for every last drake we have. Let me talk to Laeral. I'll see what we can do.
All right, Admiral. Don't worry about rushing. Just pay me when you can.
An agreeable sort, at least. Seems strange.
We need a ride back to the mainland. Gallon's the only way off this rock.
Very well. Interesting armor you have there, I have to say. So the Dunmer apparently... had enslaved the Argonians in time past. Now the Nords are taking advantage of Dunmer labor. In present time. All things work their way around, I suppose. Is that guard the one humming? Wild. Just leave resources of food laying around outside in these urns. What an interesting place. I do like the look of these yams. They seem quite delicious. What on earth is that?
here in his shrine.
That they have forgotten.
Earthstone?
You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here? Mirek. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. That makes very little sense. Mirek's been dead for thousands of years.
Thousands, huh?
I'm not sure, but it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Mirax toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there. Far from ourselves.
Oh, very well.
Building something, clearly, and yet they don't seem to have much to say about it. I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish.
Okay.
Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on, and I would be unable to see how this all turns out.
Ah, sheer curiosity driving you, I see.
There is the big island of Vardenfell, on the coastal mainland. House Telvanni has its properties on Vardenfell. I've never been to the mainland myself. When the city of Vivek was destroyed, it took decades for us to rebuild. We are still but a shadow of our glorious past, but someday we will rise again.
Now through them does he speak.
That's that then.
And when the world shall listen.
Could almost be my brother, that one.
And when the world shall see.
Quite consumed with their work, I would say. Literally.
And when the world remembers.
Curiously and dangerously so. Seems quite unnatural. What is that? Basalt? Sort of stone? Strange lava formation or something like that? Curious.
That world will cease to be.
Which one?
Here in his shrine.
Seem a bit uneasy about all of this.
It gets lonely out here, you know, on this remote island.
I see. That's somewhat forward of a thing to say.
That's not someone who lives in Raven Rock, I don't think. But it sounds so familiar. Maybe. I can't help but think of some sort of temple on the island. Why would that be? And don't stay away for too long.
Well. If you insist.
Oh, hello. You looking for a handout or something?
Not necessarily.
Looking for any potions?
Ingredients? Alchemical supplies? I don't think so. Though it sounds like a name I've heard before. I hear that name, and I see a temple here on Solstheim. What could that mean? After we left Morrowind, we found ourselves in Skyrim. We wandered around a bit and ended up in Morthal, where we took up temporary residence with Lami, the town's alchemist.
I see.
I was fascinated by her work, and over a period of a few years, she taught me quite a bit.
Oh, excellent.
It wasn't long before we became homesick. We were the only Dunmer in Morthal.
I see.
When word reached us that a settlement of Dunmer was forming on Solstheim, we were thrilled. It's been difficult, but I'm not regretting it one bit. In fact, I'm glad we've been able to stay and help.
Well done.
As you can imagine, the eruption of the Red Mountain took an awful toll on Solstheim. Hunting for game has been scarce, and the waters are apparently too tainted for fishing. According to Councillor Morvain, my husband's been Raven Rock's most important food source for decades.
Curious. What exactly does he do then?
Yes, I'm proud to say that I grow or harvest most of it myself. I only wish I had a better source for netch jelly. Those creatures are difficult to track down since it's so dangerous beyond the bulwark.
I see. Well,
That would be splendid. I'd be more than happy to give you something for the effort.
yes. I smell a bit of work and I can't help myself.
So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
Possibly. At least browsing. Ah, interesting.
Careful with those netches. They may look tame, but they can seriously hurt you when threatened.
Very well.
I work for Mokrul. You got a problem, you talk to him.
Very well.
I'll give you this warning only once. Stay out of my way, and we'll do just fine.
And what way is
If you're
that?
dealing with me, there's only one thing to remember. Pay your debts, or end up hurt.
I see.
No, wait. I recognize the name, but I'm not sure why. I don't know. I feel strange just thinking about it. A temple, maybe. Here on the island, something about a temple.
She seemed to become very interested when I mentioned.
Miserable. Just miserable. Oh, I hate this place.
Is that right?
This island's nothing but a pile of rubble. What's the point trying to make a life here? Don't like it. I hate it. Every day it's the same thing. We open the shop, we hardly sell a thing, we close the shop and go to sleep. What kind of a life is that? Oh, believe me, I'd be on the first ship off this miserable island if I could. But I'm not sure I could do that to my father. I think it would break his heart.
Ah,
We've already lost my mother. I don't want to leave him alone.
it's thoughtful of you.
We lived in a settlement, perhaps a league from the border of Black Marsh, the homeland of the Argonians. Even though the Argonian invasion ended a long time ago, there are still a few scale-skinned clans that live within our borders.
Ouch.
To put it simply, they attacked our settlement and slaughtered almost everyone. It was horrible.
Aha. Well,
Keep yourself safe. Solstheim's still a dangerous place.
very well.
Always a pleasure to watch when a man like you walks by.
Yes, indeed. Quite. Heavens.
Want to buy anything, or just laugh at our misfortunes?
Well, quite a charismatic salesman you are.
Mining here? No. However, I I used to sell East Empire pendants until I ran out of them. Popular little item.
I see.
It's an amulet that was made exclusively for the East Empire Company. They gave them to their workers as an incentive at one point, a kind of reward for extra effort. They're no longer being made, so they've become a collectible. I'd love to get my hands on a few of them.
Ah, I see.
They could be anywhere on the island. The mines might be a good place to start.
Very well.
If you find any while you're exploring Solstheim, bring them here, and I'll pay you for them.
Aha.
Bad. What if I told you that you're the first person that's even considered looking at my wares today?
Well,
I've half a mind to contact my friends at the East Empire Company and see if they need an extra hand in Windhelm. Oh, absolutely. In fact, I've corresponded with Vittoria Vici herself more than once.
Whoa.
You know, the lady who runs the East Empire Company warehouse in Solitude.
I mean, of course I know.
Biggest warehouse they have in
I wiped the place.
Bah, you're just like the rest of the folks around here. Mark my words. The East Empire Company will return to Raven Rock, and when they do, I'll be at the top of their list.
Well, good for you.
The question you should be asking is, what don't I sell here? Because I have pretty much any supplies you might need. If it's not a weapon, potion, or armor, then it's likely that I have it. Jarland, over at the docks, brings me most of my supplies.
Aha.
The rest comes from bartering with the people in town.
I see.
Oh, Glover Mallory gets me a few things once in a while. He usually has the most amazing deals that I can't pass up.
Ah, very well. Let's take a look then.
Take a look.
Yes, that's what I said. Wow, really is quite an assortment of things here. Quite random as well, if you ask me. Interesting collection. And potions. Interesting. Not sure why you would sell the Scathe Craw, since it grows everywhere. Huh.
The East Empire pendants are scattered all over.
Okay.
So leave no stone unturned.
Very well. Oh, there is a smith here as well.
My husband Bendel feared visitors would shun Raven Rock. I'm glad to see he was mistaken.
Very well.
We have to be free from danger.
And yours.
You haven't seen Crucius Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again.
From Mallory. Why does that name sound familiar?
This isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe.
Oh.
They don't exactly grow on trees, you know.
Sure.
I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Crucius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble.
So you want to do things on your own, and won't ask the guard, but you want to do things on your own and you ask me to do it for you? I have to admit I'm a bit confused.
It's the only tool tough enough to crack stall with, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art.
I see.
The one Crucius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it.
Sounds suspicious.
A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune and chose Raven Rock to ply my trade. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften.
Bone mold.
I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Ryth, a very talented armor smith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone mold. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since. Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that. I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull Village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do.
Very well.
Well, well, it's been a long time since someone from the guilds bothered to make their way out here. So tell me, how's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart?
I knew the name sounded familiar.
Good to hear. Tam Layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine?
Well, doesn't seem the type.
I suppose you're looking for work. Well, I got bad news. This place is drier than a damn bone. Eager to make some coin, eh? That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle.
Well, now you have me.
Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no one to watch my back.
I see.
And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caused it.
Aha! The truth comes out.
A fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up at my doorstep about a fortnight ago. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us.
Ah. You're making the same mistake now, believing that I'm one of you immediately. Well, at least I've proved myself by telling you I know your kin.
That he did. Right out from under my nose. Can you believe it? It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect. Well, before he ran off, he was talking some nonsense about trying to fence goods to the Reeklings at Castle Karstag. I told him he was crazy to even think about talking to those vicious little buggers, but he wouldn't listen. I'd bet a fat purse of coin that he's either dead or hiding out up there.
I see.
You do that, and I'll make sure you're set up right. You won't be disappointed.
It's a bold claim. I'm easily disappointed.
You better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
Well. Lots of work for the blacksmith, at least. And a little bit of work for some of the other citizens around.
Your visit here will be tolerated as long as you abide by our laws.
Tolerated.
Otherwise, you'll answer to the Reverend Guard.
I'll be loved by all of these folk in no time. You just watch. I have a way with my own kind, I'm sure you will find. Morrowind. Bit gloomier than I remember. But it's home. It is home.